Hey everyone, how's it going? So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about how to choose the right computer for college or university. So basically, I'm just going to be talking about the pros and cons and all the different types of computers and kind of help you decide what's going to work best for you. And I'm also going to go through a couple tips and just kind of talk about a couple things that you should consider even after purchasing a computer for college or university. So to get right into it, the first thing that you really have to consider is if you want a desktop or a laptop. So there's different pros and cons to each of these. Obviously, if you're going to be more stationary and you like to do your work just in one place all the time, a desktop is probably the best for you. If you are more of an on-the-go person and you like to do your work in maybe the library, or you want to go to a friend's room to work on some stuff, or if you even want to take your computer to class to take notes, obviously a laptop is a better choice for that type of person. But when choosing either a desktop or a laptop, there are some things also that you kind of have to consider. A desktop obviously is more powerful than a laptop would be. So if you're going to be doing a lot of maybe video work or gaming and stuff like that, you're going to want something with a lot more power than a laptop. So that the desktop kind of outweighs the laptop in that situation. Also, you have to think, if you are going to have a laptop, you're going to be taking it a lot of places, so it's going to be mobile, and there's a lot more chance that something could get damaged. You could drop it, or you could leave it someplace. Laptops are easier to get stolen if that ever comes up. So there just is a couple things that you kind of have to think about when either choosing a desktop or a laptop computer for college or university. So the next thing you kind of have to look into when trying to find the best computer for college or university is what your major is. So if you are a film major, obviously you're going to have a lot of videos. You might be video editing, you're going to have a lot of videos saved on your computer, so you kind of have to pick something that has a lot of processing power, a lot of storage space, and things like that. So considering your major, if it's something that's going to be kind of determining what kind of computer you should have, then you should definitely think about that first. If your major has nothing to do with your computer and things like that, if you're just going to be using your computer for writing papers, then obviously you don't have to go with something that's really expensive, that has a lot of storage and has a lot of processing power and graphics and things like that. So once you've decided if you want either a desktop or a laptop, the next thing to do is really compare the different features of whatever type of computer you want. So if you want a laptop, compare all the different features between different laptops. If you want a desktop, compare the different features between different desktop models. So there's three basic things that you should consider when trying to compare the features for the different computer models. Definitely the hard drive space, the processor, and the RAM of the computer. Just if you don't know anything about computers, it's fine. Kind of the processor and the RAM kind of work together a little bit. That just basically kind of controls how fast the computer can go and how much stuff you can have open at once and stuff like that, just to be very simple with that. And the hard drive obviously is how much stuff your computer can hold. So if you're going to have a lot of videos and music and things like that, you should definitely go for a hard drive, a bigger hard drive. So I would definitely recommend that. If you're going to be doing video editing, gaming and stuff like that, definitely go for a bigger hard drive. As for the processor and RAM, just always remember that more is better. Some computers have 1 gigabyte of RAM, some computers have 4, some have 8. It all depends really on the type of computer. So the next thing that you should consider when trying to find the right computer for you is definitely if it's Mac or PC. So it's kind of a controversial topic. A lot of people are towards one or the other. Some people are really hardcore PC fans, and some people are, as I call them, Apple fanboys. So really, it just depends what you like. before I switched over to Mac, I was using Windows pretty much up until probably 2006. I used a Windows computer, and it worked fine. I loved it, and that's like all I had. That's all I knew. So I got really used to it. But then I switched over to Mac, and I really liked everything that it had to offer. But obviously, it's up to you when deciding if you want a PC or a Mac. Some people will say that Macs are just expensive and they're useless and things like that, and PCs are just for gamers, and there's a lot of controversy over it. But obviously, just choose what's the best one for you. I know for Macs, there's less chance that you're going to get viruses and things like that, because most viruses that are made are just targeted towards PC users, because there are a lot more of them, obviously. So you're less likely to pick up a virus if you do have a Mac computer. But other than that, it's really up to you to decide what type of computer you want. So with all that being said, the last thing you should really consider is the cost. So you kind of have to budget yourself when looking for a new computer. So if you don't have a lot of money to spend, you're probably going to find that you can get a computer, a laptop, or a desktop, in some cases, for around $400 to $500. I know in some cases the desktops are actually cheaper than laptop computers. So if you're on a tight budget, you're probably going to get a new computer for around $400 to $500. Obviously, you can buy a used one, or even take one from home so that you don't have to spend the money. But that's generally the starting prices for a typical computer. So on the higher end of things, if money is no object, if you don't have a budget, or if you've worked really hard in the summer and you want something good, then maybe you should invest in a Mac. So now I'm just going to talk for a minute about the computer that I'm going to be taking to university. As you probably know, I do have an iMac, so I think I am going to take that to university and just have it there, always sitting there. But I also I got a new MacBook Pro for graduation from my parents, so I think I'm definitely gonna be taking that there, because I want to be able to take it to class and be able to work on schoolwork and things like that outside of my dorm room. So that's basically what I'm going to be taking for a computer to university. So the last thing that I briefly just wanted to talk about, even after you've purchased your computers and you're in college or university now, there's just a couple things that you should kind of think about. Obviously, if you have like a desktop computer that's going to be in your room all the time, then I suggest you somewhat kind of keep it password protected or locked or whatever, because you don't want people coming in and kind of going through your stuff and accidentally deleting something. Maybe you're working on something and they shut it off, or they try to save over it, or something happens and then you lose all that work. So if you're going to have a desktop and it's going to be in your room and there's going to be people coming in all the time, try to keep it locked or password protected or something, just so that you can kind of monitor who's going to be on it. As for laptops, obviously they're a lot more portable, so you have to kind of be concerned with the transporting of it and the safety, and trying not to damage it the best that you can. So I suggest getting something like a Hardshell case, definitely for your computer. I have this one on my MacBook Pro. It's just a green like Hardshell case that goes all the way around, so obviously if I dropped it, it's going to protect it, and also from scratches and things like that. You don't want to be kind of damaging your computer, so if you can protect it, the best way to do that just is simply with a hardshell case to go over your computer. And something I also thought of is that kind of when you're in your dorm room or wherever, you kind of do everything in the same spot. So you're going to be eating in the same spot. You're going to be doing your homework in the same spot. So you kind of want to protect the keys a little bit on your computer. So what I did, I got a silicone keyboard cover just to go over the keys. So if I did happen to spill anything on it, like for a drink, or if I dropped some food on there, it's not going to go right on the keys on my computer. It just gets right on that silicone keyboard protector, and I can easily just take that off and clean that. And that's a lot better than trying to have to kind of like if you spill something, like blow dry your keys or put it in a bag of rice and stuff like that. So you can actually save a lot of money in the long run if you just get some kind of protector for your keys, kind of protecting it from spills and stuff like that. So to continue on with protecting your computer, you should also pick up some type of laptop sleeve if you obviously have a laptop. So you just want to have something to keep your computer in when you're transporting it, even if it's in your school bag. I suggest putting it in one of these and then in your school bag, just to minimize damage if you drop something. So basically, just any kind of sleeve that holds a computer. They come in different sizes, so obviously make sure that you get the right size for your computer. But you just want to try to, if you're spending a lot of money on a computer, you kind of want to have it protected, and you want to make it last as long as it can. So obviously keeping it protected is the #1 concern in my opinion. So the last thing really that I kind of considered with having a laptop was transporting it in something. So I thought I didn't always want to carry it in my school bag, just because if I kind of take it off my shoulder and throw it down, my computer's in there. So I want to be aware of where it is at all times, and I don't want to accidentally kind of throw it on the ground or something like that. So I thought I'd get just like a laptop bag that I could carry it in, and if I want to go to the library, or even if I take a weekend trip home or something, I can have my schoolwork in my school bag and have all my laptop and all the cords and everything in just a separate bag. So I got a laptop bag just to carry that in. So it's just a basic bag pretty much. It's got a couple pockets in the front, so I just keep a notebook and a pen in case I have any like passwords I want to write down, or invoice numbers. And this other pocket, I usually keep my laptop charger in there. And then on the inside, it's just a big pocket for your computer. I also have my iPad in there as well. And so that's basically it. There's a pocket in the back. You can put some magazines or a book or something like that. And these handles go away so that you can just carry it by the strap, which is this, or you can kind of carry it like a briefcase. So I just wanted something that I could transport my computer in safely. Obviously, I'm not going to need that much protection for my computer, so since I have the hardshell case on it, I'm not going to put it. I'm not going to put the laptop with the hardshell case inside the laptop sleeve and then inside my bag. That's a little bit ridiculous. But when I have my hard case on, I'll just put that right into the laptop bag. And if I don't have my hard case on, then I probably will put it inside the sleeve and then inside the bag. So I'm just trying to maximize protection for it. It was a lot of money, so I want to keep it in as good condition as I can and try to make it last over however many years that I'm in university. So that's basically it for this video. If you have any questions, you can leave those in the comments below. Also, if you have any suggestions for future videos, college related or not, you can leave those in the comments as well. And you can check out my website at organizewithblake.com. You can follow me on Twitter at HSEYT. And yeah, that's basically it. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.